Hello and good afternoon, and welcome to Noonday Meditation and Contemplative Prayer Power Hour. My name is Martin Cowart. I'm a prosperity coach and a teacher, and I am so excited to be here with you today. We gather here at noon every day to love and support each other through this pandemic. Which is why today I'm so excited to share with you a part of my new webinar, Practicing the Art of Being Present, Your Key to Living a Life of Love, Joy, and Prosperity. And I want to talk about one part of the webinar is about what I call the drama triangle. Are you caught in the drama triangle? We're always going to go into the drama triangle. And you wouldn't be human if with all the drama in the world right now, you weren't somehow, some way caught in the drama triangle. Very few human beings could be living through this without feeling the impact of being in the drama. It's part of our human nature. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's just a place you don't want to be trapped in. We're all going to get pulled into it at different times of our lives and at different times of the day. As a matter of fact, every time you complain about anything, you're complaining about what's going on in the moment. In that moment, you are a victim of the world and you are in the drama triangle. A complaint is a negative thought. And by its nature, our negative thoughts come out of shadow, the ego. Again, it's not good, it's not bad, it's our human nature. It's our human nature to get pulled into drama. And it is our divine nature that's going to pull us out. As Einstein says, we cannot solve a problem with the same thinking we use to create the problem. And I promise you, every single problem, every time you're in the drama triangle, it is created by the human mind. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just what's so. The key is to not get trapped. To not get trapped in the drama triangle. Because it's a pretty miserable place to live. I mean, I've talked about it before, but my most darkest moment was being trapped in the drama of my beautiful office overlooking Park Avenue in Manhattan. With this imposter syndrome, this constant voice in my head barking at me and telling me I wasn't worthy and I didn't deserve my office and I was a fraud and if anybody ever found out about it. And oh my God, then they found that I'm really just terrified by money and success. Not really the image you want to make to the world as a financial planner and wealth manager, is it? So there was a conflict going on in me because that's what I was. And I worked for a pretty big firm and I had a pretty fancy office, but somehow or another, I had this belief in my head, this imposter would tell me I was an imposter and I was no good and I was unworthy and I shouldn't be there. I was caught in the drama triangle. And I had to get out because it was miserable. I was creating the world, my imposter syndrome. I was living into the creation of my imposter syndrome. Because that's what I believed I was. I lived into that manifestation of my ego mind. So we live in the drama triangle because that's what our egos create for us in the biggest way, in little big ways and in little ways. Please just type into the chat. Let me know you're here so I can say hello. It's always nice to know you're here. So what is this drama triangle? Well, there are all sorts of ways we show up. It typically starts with being a victim. It could be a victim. In my case, I was a victim of a story in my head that said that if I wasn't wealthy and make a lot of money, I wasn't worthy of love. And so I was driven by fear. And when I didn't get the things that I wanted, I didn't make the kind of money I wanted or whatever, it was never enough. I felt like I was a victim of the world, really, a victim of God. And I wanted to blame other people. I wanted to blame Trump. I wanted to blame the company. I wanted to blame whoever I could blame, but I happened to look at myself for my misfortune. For my misfortune. My misfortune of being a top producer in a big firm with a fancy office. That's my misfortune. But it wasn't big enough. It wasn't fancy enough, and I didn't have enough money to pay for it. So I was a victim of that. And then I wanted to go out, and then I wanted to be rescued, or I wanted to rescue other people. And then it was a persecutor. I wanted to hurt other people. I wanted other people to feel my pain. So that's the triangle. And often we actually show up in all those personalities at one time. Hey, Audrey, how are you doing today? Nice to see you. You're becoming a regular fan. I love that. Like they say, my fans might be crazy, but they're loyal, and I love them all. And you're not crazy. You're one beautiful woman, and I'm glad you're here. So thank you so much for coming and being here. We're talking about the drama triangle that we all get caught up in. And I'm just trying to explain what the drama triangle is. We've all been there. We've all felt like a victim. We've all wanted to be rescued or rescue somebody else from their drama triangle. And I get into this a lot today as a teacher and an advisor and a coach. And I see people stuck in these lower realms, and they're stuck in their own. I see them stuck in their drama triangle. My rescuer wants to come and snatch them out, but that's not the way to do it. You can't rescue someone from the drama. They can only get themselves out, and that's what we want to talk about. They can only wake up and practice some spiritual truths, and basically, and for me, the best route is contemplative prayer. That's the quickest and the fastest, most efficient way to get into that higher level of consciousness. So we can't get out of that trap unless we do prayer. And earlier this week, and I've been talking about it, and I'll keep coming back to it, I wanted to show you another picture here. Let me find it here. I can find it. Here we go. I can go back to this one here. So here is what's known as the stairway of selves. This area, all down here below the truth line, all this area here in the false area, this is the drama triangle. This is where we live. This is the victim. We want to blame people. We want to punish people. We want to get into fighting, controlling. This is miserable. It's a miserable way to live, but we all live there sometimes. Till it gets so painful, we want to get out. We want to get out of that drama triangle. But that's where the drama triangle is. It's this play. We've created a false persona of ourselves that has to live up to the standards of the world that we've created to get our needs met. And it's a pretty miserable place to live. But the good news is, with a little bit of courage to face our fears, to go inside ourselves and actually let them go, surrender the story, surrender the need to be right, surrender the need to be financially successful and make a lot of money to be worthy. Surrender that whole story that's got us trapped and give it to God. Give it to that higher, for it to solve, if you will. But that takes courage because we have to own our own stuff. We have to own our own belief systems and our own miserable parts of ourselves that we don't particularly like. We have to own our shadows, so to speak. We have to own our darkness. We have to stop blaming the darkness for being dark and start shining the light on it with love. And we do that through contemplative prayer. We do that. We're here. We have some courage to get still for a moment, quiet the mind, get really, really still, quiet the mind. And then once we let it go, then we accept the world just as it is. The world's perfect. We accept COVID-19. We accept the fact that Ruth, the Supreme Court Justice, I don't know why she died right now, but I'll tell you, it's perfect. Whatever reason, there is a divine presence of love and creativity and genius running the universe, not Martin Coward in his own little silliness ways. Of course, I like the rest of it. I got pulled into the drama triangle. Oh my God, the Republicans are going to, well, I don't know how it's going to turn out. So I might as well sit in a story that feels good instead of making up one that feels bad. If I make up a story from down here, it's going to have a pretty lousy outcome. But if I have the courage to rise up here into a higher level of consciousness, to truth, of love and joy and prosperity, I begin to get empowered and I begin to see a positive outcome on the future. And when I begin to get acceptance of the fact that this happened, when it happened, and everything that's happening in the world is happening for something much bigger for me to understand. But when I begin to then I begin to let go of all this drama that I'm carrying on in my head and get still, and I find a light. So I quit blaming the darkness for being dark. And I love all of those parts of myself by shining the light of love on it. Acceptance and truth. Hello, Mindy. How are you doing, Mindy? Nice to see you. How was your weekend? We're talking about the drama triangle. And that's this area right down here. We all get into this drama. And we're talking about the power of contemplative prayer and our coming together gives us the courage together to enter into this higher level. It's like the keys to the kingdom, if we say, in Christ-like ways. We get the keys. Acceptance is keys to the kingdom. And we're no longer trapped inside this drama that we've created in our heads. We're all doing it. And we all want to get out. This is how we get out. It's the only way I know. I get out every time. So we have a choice. We want to stay caught in the drama and be right and be wrong. I had a conversation with a person this morning, and they were like, sure that Ruth Ginsburg, when she was given the choice to get out and give up her seat so we could put an Obama appointee in her position, that somehow that she's done us wrong. She did that from her ego, and it was selfish. I said, well, that's possibly true, but that's what happened. And whether it came from her ego, it came from her, I don't know. I have no idea. But that's what happened. And all I can say is I can say whatever caused it to happen is just it. All I know is that right now in this moment, it's perfect. It is absolutely exactly what needs to happen. I don't know why, but the only thing is whatever is happening in the moment is happening because it's exactly what is the universe is happening. And I have a lot of my own theories about it, but it can certainly pull us into the drama triangle, and certainly does pull us into the drama triangle. So two things happen. One, you've got to acknowledge when you're in the drama triangle. And two, you got to sit still long enough. Hey, Rohit. So I'm so glad I'm here and with you right now. Right. Exactly. That's just the way it is, because it feels good when you fully accept whatever's happening and be grateful for it. in the moment, whatever it is. It could be you could be go out in the backyard and watch a blade of grass grow and be grateful for it. You'd feel better than sitting there being angry because it's growing and you got to go cut it later. It's a choice. Accept the world as it is in the moment and love yourself and love it all together. It just love the beauty of life and the unfolding of it. That's the way off the dragon trouble, to accept it. You can go back and say, well, this should have happened, that should have happened, this should have happened, that should have happened, this should have happened. But it didn't happen. This is what happened. You know, the favorites we shouldn't. You know, I have a different philosophy about why we needed something so dark and cruel as our current leader. I mean, let's be real. The things he says and the things he's done and his lack of leadership has been cruel and mean. People have died. So don't get me wrong. I don't want you to think that I think because everything is just unicorns and rainbows. It's not. It's real. But the reality of it is we can move to a higher level of consciousness by solving it, but not blaming Trump for being in the darkness. He's just dark because he doesn't know any different. He doesn't know the light. He doesn't. And then the rest of the people in power are drunk on power, drunk on their own darkness. They can't see the light because they're so drunk on their own power, the perception of power, their illusion of power. They don't have any real power. That's why they behave the way you do, to create more fear and more drama, create more fear, create more drama. That's the way they motivate. That's how they control us and keep us in our drama triangle. But we've got the courage to say, no, I'm not afraid of you. I don't know why this has happened, but I know I do believe in a bigger creator, a more loving and more nurturing creator in my experience of the world. And once we get into that and live in that, we're outside the drama triangle. This is how we get out of the drama triangle. We come up here. And that's a much more exciting place to live. Yeah, as Jesus said, this, by the way, is part of my course. This is within my webinar. All of you are welcome to have. It's free. If you go to the Financial Mystic Sanctuary Facebook group, you'll find them. They're in there. I'm putting them in now as units, but you will find this webinar is free. This is part of it, and I'm giving it away. And here's the drama triangle we're talking about. I talk all about the drama triangle, how we get on the drama triangle, and why we want to get out. And then the next part I talk about is creating a personal sanctuary. How do you avoid it? How do you create a life, or how do you create a sanctuary in your daily lives so you don't get pulled into the drama triangle? And I'll talk more about that later in the week. But I'm going to go through the webinar, a little pieces of it over the next few weeks. Because I think it's a good thing for everybody to learn. People don't even know they're in a drama triangle. You could go through your whole life and never even know about it. So you got to go on this morning like, Rohit, happy to be in this space with you. Yes, we're doing this together. I couldn't do it without you. That's the point. We are in this journey of, we need each other to get out the drama triangle. That's what I'm trying to say. I can get caught in it just like you can. You know, I found myself with the news of Ruth's death, just pulled me right into drama. And then, of course, the news and everything, it just inflates to the point where, you know, I'm all of a sudden just a wreck. And I think, how can the world be this way? How could this happen? And I can't sleep at night. I'm so mad. I'm hanging at the television set. No, wait a minute. Wait. I have had enough spiritual practice to know how to get off the drama triangle. So I do. I get out of it. And that's what I want for all of us, is to get off the drama triangle. Because, you know, it's going to be a new drama next week, I promise you. And when you begin to become an observer of the drama and don't get caught into the drama, life is just a lot more exciting. You don't have to get in the movie screen. You can just watch the movie. of a big heart. And then you can find ways to participate, ways that are going to help other people get out of the drama. That's the whole point. Yeah, we jump off the train more quickly because we've woken up and we practice this more often. So we're not in there as long. I have a client that works with, has her drama triangle looks a lot like depression, and she's having another kind of a bout with depression, and she's like, "Oh, I thought it was." I said, "No, here's the good news and here's the bad news. The bad news is you're going to always have a relationship with depression. That's just part of your nature. But you don't have to stay. You don't have to stay in that in the pain of the depression as long because you know it's not really you." So I'm coaching her again. It's like imposter syndrome was the thing that pulled me into my drama triangle. Depression is something that pulls her into her drama triangle. And we all have something. And it's about loving that part of ourselves. So this is what I'll tell you about the imposter syndrome. The imposter syndrome is clever. The ego is clever, but it's not intelligent. And once it surrenders, it's clever enough to be a very good servant until it finds another way to try to become the master. It's always looking for clever ways to become the master. Maybe it's a nice pious thought in the middle of our meditation. Oh, I'll just pray about the Blessed Mother or something. I don't know. So, but it's still a thought. And that's not where we want to go when we meditate. We want to go into thoughtlessness. Or we want to go, there's observing the thought, there's observing the drama triangle. Because that's where our true nature is. That's where the divine is. Our divine nature is what's creating everything, including us and our thoughts and opinions and judgments. So it's not that they're bad or they're right or wrong, good or bad. They just are. That's why I say when we meditate, just let them go. And when they come back up again, drop them again. Like we all have something. We're always going to have some new drama. They're going to. So when we practice meditation, those dramas come up in our heads as thoughts, right? Or maybe we even go into a meditation with a thought that's worrying us or struggling with. That's why I say let's surrender that to God, surrender that to the divine presence within us as a way to get, as an ask to get me off the drama. That's what we're doing. We're saying, God, get me off this drama triangle. It's pretty miserable down here. I want to reconnect with you within me. I want to connect to my power again because I'm powerless down here in this drama triangle. Right? So this is what this is all about. And so if you want to take my webinar, it's a fabulous, I've had so much fun. The more I think about it, I go back and redo it myself. I'm really proud of it. I'm really excited for it. And people who've been doing it tell me that it's really been transformative for them. So again, go to the Financial Mystic Sanctuary Facebook page. It's free, Facebook group, and join. And there it is. Just watch it and comment on it. What I'd like to do eventually is create some mastermind groups where we're working with each other like we do here, but I haven't gotten that one day at a time, you know. But that's right now. It's a free webinar, so a free class for you. It's 2 parts, and I would highly recommend you take a look at it and see what it has to say. I know Rohit's seen it. He said he liked it, so got something from it. So I'm not selling it free. It's all free. Maybe I charge $1,000 for it when people sign up with it. Think it's more valuable. I don't know. Anyway, let's meditate today and get off the drama triangle. And because we've got important work to do. We got the whole world to help create here. We're creating a new world, and it's not a new world that doesn't have drama. We're going to have drama as long as we're human beings, but it's a new world We're not creating from the drama. That's the difference. All of our social and economic structures we have right now were created from the drama triangle. Think about it. Think about it. How many of our structures and our economic systems are created on the idea that money is something that only certain people have, and there's a lot of inequalities in it? I mean, they're designed with, if you work hard, who says you have to work hard? Where in the world, when did Jesus tell anybody they have to work hard? Let's just go to one teacher. Where did Buddha tell you to work hard? I don't remember any spiritual teacher who said you had to work hard to be loved. It's just crazy, but we're so ingrained in that Ayn Rand crap. It's painful. I'm sure Ayn Rand fans are going to hate me for that. That's their problem. So let's meditate. But any of this nonsense that says you have to earn your way to heaven, first of all, you can't. You just have to let go and fall into it. It's right here. So let me set this here timer, the insight timer. Oh, silly me, I forgot to put on this thing. I don't know why I can't remember. Don't y'all tell me to put on my mic when you get on. You can't hear me. I hope you can hear me. Probably hear me better now. Can you hear me better now? I'm getting used to having this mic on me because people said they couldn't hear me before, and I'm learning. But bear with me. Anyway, let's meditate. Raise your arms in the air and get still. And feel the life in your fingertips. Feel the life. Thank you, Rohit. Feel the life in your fingertips. That's how far the divine is. Just like Dorothy and those, she was wearing them all along. It's right here. Don't look any further. You're it. You are the divine presence. That's your being. That's your true nature. Enjoy it. Dance in it. And begin to breathe. Open your breath and expand your rib cage and expand your heart and accepting and loving all those parts of yourself that you don't even like. Let go of every belief and opinion you have about yourself, the world, God, all the drama. Just put it aside for the next 20 minutes. And as they come up, as they will, don't fight them. Just observe them and let them go. Or you might do what I do. You get a good one, and all of a sudden I found myself following that thought deep. I mean, it's so clever, deep into some kind of thought trap, which could be a good thing to do, but not right now. Right now, we want to practice the art of being present. We want to practice the art of being present in this moment, as it is the only moment to the divine within ourselves. Can you open up because I have to set up the seatbelt for the middle? Welcome back, and thank you for those interval bells. I found myself on one point in that meditation, I had come up with a great idea for a advertisement campaign I want to run for veterans and Medicare insurance. And I was just going in town on solving that and writing it. And I thought, and then I thought, oh my God, I'd pick up. And I reset and I let it go. And I'll come back to it later. But that's why I like those interval bells, because they wake me up from those trances of whatever I'm in, their thought. They're not, it's not meditation. That's a thought. I'm going into deep thought. And that's okay. And the thought might be, I might be actually working out something that's going to be better, in my practice. And it's not that it's a bad thing. It's just that it's not what I want at the moment. I really want to be free of thought, and I want to that's why I have the interval bells. So I hope this was helpful today, and helping you get out of your drama triangle, even just know what the drama triangle is. And again, I really encourage you, if you haven't yet, go to join the Financial Mystic Sanctuary Facebook group, and one, just to be a member, because it's a great place for us to share your ideas. I know some of you already do that. But share a story. That one of the best ways to heal yourself and to heal others who are stuck. Write a story of where you were a few years ago or a few months ago when you were stuck in a drama triangle, and how you have gotten out of the drama triangle to the world. Because I'll bet you there's somebody out there who's stuck, and your story of unstuckness will help them get unstuck. That's how we do it. You see, we share our experiences and our strengths and our stories with each other to help each other get out of the drama triangle. I know that Mindy said earlier she's getting off the train more quickly these days. Well, I bet what did you do to get off the train more quickly? How is your life different now that you're not on the train as long as you used to be? Write to yourself, write a story, put it on medium.com, put it on Facebook, put it in our Facebook group. That's what I'm saying. We need to be more generous with our time, our stories, than just our money, because there are people who are stuck. There are people who are stuck in their drama triangle. And your story may be just the story that's going to get them out. It's going to get them unstuck. Try it, see. Because it just feels great to tell your story as a way of healing, and a way of letting it go, letting it come out, letting it express itself in the world. That might be a way to get yourself off the drama triangle, because then you can see it as a story. It's just a story that you've identified with. That's a great way to get off the drama triangle, is to write a story about it and share it with the world. Because now you're no longer stuck in. Now it's a shared story. It's a different thing. It's a different item. You've taken something from the drama triangle and you've made it healing. Yes, because that's a wonderful thing. More generous with our time, because the ego wants the time for itself, for its agenda, to run its drama story. But when we show the world how abundant we are and how generous we are with our time and our story and our willing to heal, something changes within us. That generous act of kindness creates prosperity in our own lives. So I'm just giving you something practical you could do, is write a story and put it on medium.com. Put it in our group. That's how we do it. So, and I live in a wonderful neighborhood. I got my neighbors bringing their kids home. It's great. I love that. I love hearing life outside my window. So, anybody got anything else they want to add today to this conversation? I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the value of creating your own sanctuary. How to turn your life into a sacred sanctuary, and the power of that, and the importance of that, particularly as we can so easily get pulled into the drama of the world right now. So I'm going to give you some guidance tomorrow on 3 things you could avoid doing, that you can maybe cut out of your life as a way to avoid the drama triangle. So stay tuned. Come back tomorrow at noon. Or go watch it in the webinar. I love you guys. So may love and prosperity prevail. Thank you for joining me today.